chair. Sorry, I didn't see any of your. I saw the beginning of your set. I saw you bring it out, and then I didn't. Did something happen with this chair?
He sat on it.
Oh.
He just sat on it. Yeah, you're good.
Well, there goes my whole fucking bit, I guess. All right, sorry. I have to let you guys know that this is the maximum energy you're gonna get from me. So just that guy had a lot. He had all my energy. So just be ready for that, okay? I'm not shitting on Luke. No, fuck that guy. No. All right. I don't know. Okay. No, you know what? Wait till later. You see what I'm going to do with that. It's nothing. It's just nothing. I said most of the day. Okay. You guys all like in school here? No. Yeah. No. Is anybody in school here? Kind of. Somebody. Thanks, Belle. You saw Belle's comedy just now. Belle's going to school and you're not. What the fuck are you guys doing with your lives? Come on. You go to school here, kind of? What the fuck does that mean? You like an English major? Yeah. Wait, are you really? Okay. This is the ghost of your Christmas future. No, I went to school. I'm an alumni here. True alumni. I went here for 6 years and I have 0 degrees from here at all. There's a reason. When I started here, I was a journalism major, and then right when the midpoint of the semester was, we got a new president and they changed it to advertising. So I got a sneak peek of what the country's going to be back then. It was terrifying. But I went to my advisor and I plowed through it. She was like, "Hey, it's going to be okay. Just try it out. You might like this." So my first day as an advertising class, our first big project, we'd have to have a TV show. And we'd have to have a TV show that can market to an opposite audience than what it would usually be. The TV show I got was Love on the Spectrum. It's quiet. No, it's going to be okay. There's a lot of anxious. It's going to be fun. I love Love on the Spectrum. It's a great show, all right? So I'm trying to market it to this audience that would normally not watch it. And I'm like, I have a great idea. So I got my first presentation, I go up with my cards, and here's my pitch. And I'm like, hey, Love on the Spectrum. Everyone's autistic when their socks are wet. I wish you guys were in the room. They didn't like that. They sent me back to the advisor that day in the class. They're like, and I went to her. She was like, okay, that was a rough start. To this new program. We can bounce back. It'll be okay. So I was like, all right. I had a little energy. I'm like, okay, maybe it will be okay. Our next project was we had to have a company that would go viral. All right? Again, I had a great idea. So I got to pitch my last idea. Now they let me make the shirts, first off. I want to say that before I say the story. They saw it, and they were like, yeah, let's see what he does up there. My idea was an offensive t-shirt company. I thought that'd be a nice viral thing on like Twitter and stuff. And it was just a picture on my t-shirt of the Twin Towers. And it said, #swerve. It was popular at the time. It was a good song that came out at the time. Went back to my advisor, they were like, hey, have you ever thought about like warehouse work? Things that are not front-facing to the public. I didn't graduate. Needless to say. That's not their fault. I just direct my way through the rest of the semester. But I blame them for the last 10 years of my life. I don't want to blame myself. It's crazy. I had a weird childhood. Anybody else? I see a lot of haircuts here that identify that. You also had a weird childhood. I appreciate that. I appreciate this. When I see someone with a normal haircut who's like, I love my dad, I'm like, oh, all right, fuck you, dude. this guy? What did you point at him for? Does he... Hey, you asshole, you love your dad? Let's make fun of this guy as a dad, guys. No, it's weird. You guys are weird, I like it. All right. Now, I'm from a small town up north in Virginia. Small town. When a white guy says small, it's a white town. It was just all white people. It was just different economic classes of white. That's all we had. So growing up was it was hard because I got made fun of a lot, bullied in school. A lot of anti-Semitic things are yelled at me. I was bullied for being Jewish my entire childhood. Just think of like your favorite, whatever your favorite Kanye rant was this last year. Yeah, that was. Oh, is he like, that's such a tough decision. There's so many good ones. It was rough. And I remember in fifth grade, Miss Tennant's class, she took me in. We had a parent-teacher conference because of everything that was happening. She was like, she saw it, she's like, wow. And she started apologizing to my mom profusely. And my mom just looks at her very confused. And she's like, we're not Jewish at all. And she was like, what? Why are they bullying him? The whole story is that South Park was popular at the time. That was really it. That was it. They just assumed. So my mom was like, you need to think of a way to, whenever they do this. Am I offended? Should I be offended at this? I don't know. She was like, no, don't. Well, yes, but no. She's like, just try to think of another funny thing from South Park to get out of it. There's a song called Kyle's Mom is a Big Fat Bitch. I'm glad you like that. My mom didn't like that song. But every time she was like, turn that off, I was like, this is all you. This is what you told me to do. So the kids kind of finally, since I brought into it, they stopped making fun of me for it. 7th grade, I get into junior high. So half of the old kids, some new kids coming in, excited. I made it through all 7th grade unscathed. The last part of the year was an English class. Mrs. Keller, I'll never forget this. We were sitting down, and the kids were just acting up in class, because, I don't know if you know anything about 7th graders, but like they can't vote, and that's a good thing. They're not real people yet. So we're reading our book in our class. It is The Diary of Anne Frank. Not a lot of cheers for that. She didn't have any good sequels, but it was a good book. Should be some cheers. So we're reading the book in class, and kids, again, are awful. They're making a bunch of Jewish jokes and making fun of the book. Miss Keller's furious. She stops the class. She looks at them. She's like, this is not a laughing matter. You shouldn't be making fun of this. This is something that happened in life. This is serious. And they made a beeline to me and pointed at me above the class. She's like, Kyle, stand up. This has affected Kyle's family his whole life. Yeah, all the kids immediately started laughing, even harder than they did before. And I was like, how do I get out of this? So I started saying Kyle's mom is a big fat bitch. Surprised I passed 7th grade. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you.